And welcome again, ladies and gents. So now we're on to transformations. And transformations, we're going to look at reflections today. So first thing we're going to look at, so here is your number one from your geometry reflections worksheet. And we're going to find out, write a rule to describe each transformation. So in other words, transformations means that we've got this triangle STU, right? That's our, what we call a pre-image. It's going to move to the object S prime, T prime, U prime. This is our image. So this is after we move it. So original image, original pre-image, afterwards is the image. Pre-image, image, pre-image, image. Okay. So S moves to S prime. So really, one of the nice things about this is we can find out between S and S prime, find the midpoint, and it's right there. I'll put a little point in between. So if I find U in U prime, it's a little tougher to see, but if I go up here, 1, 2, 3, I can count diagonal units. There's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal units, so 2 would be right in between. There's another dot. In between T prime and T, it really goes from T to T prime. There's 1, 2, 3 diagonal units. So if I go 1.5, that'd be another unit. Right, so if I find the difference between all those, really the midpoint of all those, it's going to make this line. If you notice, that point, this point, that point. Here we go. And it will create the line that goes right down through here. Sorry for my bad line. But that line is y equals negative x. Remember, negative x means negative 1x. So if I start with a point down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, would be y equals negative x. Be careful though, right? The reflection across line y equals negative 2 is a horizontal line y equals negative 2. It's not that one. X equals 2 would be this x equals positive 2. This line would not be the reflection line. X equals 1, that'd be x equals 1 over here. It's not that line, it's y equals negative x, which is this one. All right, so that's how you write a rule to describe the transformation. On this one, you're going to look and basically find the points. U and U prime here, the midpoint is right there. V and V prime, the difference is right here. And W prime is right there. So it's a horizontal line going through, right? You guessed it, y equals 0. Or y equals 0 is the x-axis. Right, so that's going to be that choice. So just be careful, find the midpoints, and you'll find out what the reflection line is. But if I look down below, let me scroll down to number 3 here. So if you're looking at graphing the image and the reflection across y equals 2. So remember, y is here, 2 is going to be here. Right, all these points, if I put all these in, these are all y equals 2. That point, this point, any of these points. So really, this is your reflection line, if I can actually graph this kind of nicely. So if I'm going to reflect across this line, we're going to have to go neatly across this. So one of the cool things is Q, which is on that reflection line, stays there. So really, if I can write this, this is going to be Q. Q prime is at the same point. It's right there. R, now R prime is going to be 1, 2, 3 distance units from there. So I go 1, 2, 3 units. It's right there. So this is going to be my R prime. S, going to S prime, if I see 1, 2 units away, I go 1, 2 units up here. So this is going to be my S prime. So from my point Q prime to R prime, if I can draw it in, to S prime, and back, that Q prime, R prime, S prime is the reflection of that first triangle, QRS, over the line y equals 2. All right, so just be careful as you go through. Reflection for number 4 across the x-axis, you're reflecting here. So U, if it's 1 unit, would go down here. S, 1 unit, would go down here, and so forth. All right, so just be careful as you go through. Watch what's being asked of the reflections, and it should be pretty decent. Right across the y-axis, now you're going down here. Reflect on this line. X-axis, reflect in this line. Count your units, and it's pretty straightforward. Same thing, x-axis, y-axis, reflecting across here. For 8, line x equals 1, x equals -1, so just be careful. If it's x equals -1, you're reflecting on this line, right? Put some points in. Here's x equals -1. If you reflect on this line, remember, count your distance, your units from here, and D should be 1 unit across. Right, this C should be 1, 2, 3, 4 units from there, and so forth. All right, so be careful, count your units, and this assignment shouldn't be too bad. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.